Hello and welcome to another episode of the SMEFocus show brought to you by FactoryNOW TV. I'm your host, Chris Greenough, and in this series we will focus on SMEs within the British manufacturing sector. Every week we will discuss and analyse the opportunities and challenges facing the industry in these unprecedented times. I have worked in the sector for over 26 years and I'm CCO at STE Technology, one of the leading manufacturers of pressings and assemblies in the UK. So as you can hopefully appreciate, this show is very much for manufacturers by manufacturers. My guest today and joining me this week is Megan Oliver, Director at Howardson Limited. Megan, welcome. How are you?
Hi Chris, I'm very well, thank you. Thank you so much for having us on the show. It's really exciting to be involved.
And to tell everyone about the fantastic product you make. So
Exactly.
tell us about Howardson and exactly what you do.
So Howardson Limited are a family-run business. We've actually been around for nearly 100 years as of next year, which is an incredibly proud place to be. Currently, my father is the managing director, and I'm a director here. And our plan is, as of January 2025, I will be taking over the running of the company as the fourth generation.
Absolutely.
So I feel like to say, big weight on my shoulders there. So basically in the last 40 years, we've acquired two significant brands, which is Dennis Mowers and Sysis Grounds Care Equipment. Okay. So we basically design and manufacture over 140 products across these two brands on site here in Kirk Langley, Derby. Basically the Dennis product range and Sysis product range complement each other, and Dennis basically looks after everything on the surface of the ground, such as mowing, and Sysis look after everything below the surface of the ground, such as slitting and aerating. Yep. We look after both synthetic and natural turf, and we are very, very proud to say that we are a UK manufacturer, and something we really take pride in is the support for other UK SMEs. So a good stat I like to say is over 70% of our components we use are actually sourced within a 40-mile radius of our business. So we're very fortunate to be in the Midlands, which is the manufacturing centre of the UK, so that's fantastic. We provide products for customers all over the UK and the world, to big football grounds, cricket, tennis, golf, bowls, you name it, we will provide it at that sports club. It's professional equipment. We also provide for local authorities, schools, contractors. So sales worldwide. One thing I just sort of want to raise is, as a family business, we run our business like a family would run, and a very, very important part of our company is our staff. Yep. Many of the staff have been here for 20, 30, 40 years, and they genuinely share the same passions we do about the products we make, and it makes a world of difference where you've got the same commitment from your staff as you would from your own family. So I really think that's something I just really wanted to share.
So that's, and as you say, a very long established company. So how do you stay at the forefront of the lawnmower market, and how do you keep innovating in your products?
So we have an amazing design team here who, I don't know what we would do without them. I mean, firstly, we listen to what the customers want. At the end of the day, you're here to provide a service or a product for them, not the other way round. And we are known for being one of the biggest innovators in our particular market. So in the quiet period of 2020, our design team were busy redesigning our petrol machines and electrifying them to meet the demands of the market to be more green and clean. That's a requirement now we're seeing coming through from a lot of tenders And also from a user perspective, the electric machines are just so much better for the user. So hand-arm vibration and noise are so low that there needs to be no break for the user required, which means you've got little downtime, higher productivity, and ultimately lower costs for the customer. So it's absolutely amazing. You know, one of our machines, like the battery power is the same as the batteries they use at JCB. So it really is the height of technology in terms of sort of longevity for the battery life, to be able to say do a whole football pitch or 2 or 3 times do a football pitch on the same without having to recharge. So that really differentiates us from the rest in terms of the electric products. And we released 4 new electric machines at the start of this year. One of them, which is this ES36, and this year we are just hoping to very quickly design and roll out a significant amount of our petrol products into an electric version as well. So both will still be available on the market, but as I say, it's becoming increasingly popular now for customers to go for the electric version.
Absolutely, and that innovation is really going to drive forward. Now, you said 2020, a tough year for business, as indeed for us all. How did you manage the business through the worst of those times? And obviously looking after your staff and their safety was key. Yeah,
so in 2019 was the best year we've ever had, and we started Q1, full of all the positive plans for 2020. And so when Q2 hit, which Q2 is usually our busiest period of the year because it's pre-season for the sports.
Yeah.
And so when our orders basically went to 0 in Q2, we kept on a skeleton staff to support our existing customers, for spare parts and the odd machine coming in, and we furloughed the remainder of the staff because there's nothing for them to do here. But our primary concern at that point was keeping the business floating and ready to come back to full power. We saw it as sort of winding down to then be able to wind back up again, not make any decisions too drastically, take every decision sensitively and systematically. So we only really had staff on furlough for that quarter, and then once they opened up sport again, even though it was privately, people started buying in. So actually our Q3 and Q4 were actually very good in comparison to 2019. So 2020 in total we were behind on sales by about 22%, but that was down to Q2. So actually for our staff, I do think it's been a very minimal impact for them. And we've had staff at work nearly the whole time, obviously with safety measures in place, masks between areas, there's hand sanitizer everywhere, limiting the number of people in certain areas. But being in a big factory, most of our staff are more than 3 or 4 meters apart anyway. So we're very fortunate in that situation. I do think we have been one of the luckier businesses in relation to COVID. And actually, just to sort of spin COVID slightly, one of the massive opportunities that's come out for us is that all the money the government's been pushing into the economy, the grants, loans, etc., that have been going to sports clubs, local authorities, we actually are in a position now where our order book is double what it usually is at any one point. We have never ever seen it this large, and this is as a result of COVID. And so actually we've now got the problem of how do we scale up quick enough to meet what is double our usual production capability. And so that's a great position to be in, and that money wouldn't be washing around if the government hadn't put it in. So I think people are spending more than they may have done even previously.
Absolutely. And you work with lots of dealers around the world. How easy is it to manage that wide range of not just characters but languages and keep track of those overseas markets?
Well, we have a sales director that looks solely after export, and obviously traditionally he would be traveling all over the world, but we have really made the most of Zoom, and he has such a strong relationship with the individuals there, even just basics like WhatsApping, like they're on that type of personal relationship that it actually hasn't affected them that much. And on the theme of worldwide and, satisfying customers, even with Brexit and our European customers, we've chosen to work with our logistics partner, Europa, and we made a decision to send all goods out delivered duty paid, which basically means our customers place an order and it gets sent to their door, and they haven't had to do anything different to what they did before, because we just want to take the pain away from the customer. So in that sense, we've been very, very proactive in finding a way forward and a solution. And Europa has made it very, very easy for us because they put a lot of work into it.
And it's really about minimising the impact to your customers and working with your customers to find the best solution, which is amazing for a company your size to be thinking of doing this all the time. And your plans for the rest of 2021, as you said, your orders are double what they were pre-COVID. Your plans for expansion?
Yeah, we're on a massive recruitment drive at the moment. So anyone watching that wants a job, ring up. It's incredibly hard to get hold of staff at the moment. Everyone's trying to keep hold of the good people. So yeah, massive recruitment drive to try and up staff. We're doing a lot of planning around stock, as everyone else. We're having some challenges around lead times and getting hold of products, so we're stocking up where we need to. We're actually, still maintaining a 4 to 5 week lead time. And a lot of people I've spoken to are now, it's 6-9 month lead time. So, so 2021, along with we're ramping up to sort of release all these battery powered machines. The other very exciting thing we're doing for 2021 is, again with COVID, we actually found that the virtual seminars and virtual exhibitions got a better breadth of customer than we did when we were going to the seminars in person. So we've actually invested in our own web platform technology so that we can continue to run our own virtual exhibitions and seminars, which means we can do them more frequently with more and different content, and hopefully reach a wider breadth of people, because it's a lower cost for our customers just to go online. You can reach any time of the day. And so those are two very exciting areas for this year, which I feel like I think you have to turn things like COVID into opportunities for yourself and look at different ways of doing things that actually there's still a place for face-to-face, and we are still going to be going to the shows, but this is an area we weren't tapping into previously, and it's a very, very exciting time.
Absolutely. And I think really a lot of businesses had to change the way they interact with their customers, the way they deal with customers. Online, I think this will become the new norm. Yes, it's still good to meet face-to-face, but the amount of time that can be saved with the travelling, and you can still show your product. You can show all of your product instead of 1 or 2 items. So it's a really good, innovative way to get to the market. So really good to talk to you, Megan. Fantastic to hear what you're doing. Fantastic to hear the innovation. If anyone wants to get in touch with us, and we can put them in touch with you, jobs available, UK manufacturing, booming orders, jobs, fantastic, new product coming out. Megan, fantastic to talk to you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. That brings us to the end of another show. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to meeting more of our brilliant SME manufacturers like Megan and those supporting the sector next week. If you would like to get in touch with the show with a comment, a suggestion, or even to appear on a future episode, please email us tv@mtd.media. So, fantastic show again, talking of booming orders, talking of innovation, talking of working online, being smarter with customers, and there's jobs to be had in UK manufacturing. What more do we need from this week's show? So from me, Chris G at SDE, goodbye.